Namaskaram. Back after a very long time and excited to share this story which I heard when I was a child from my mama tata. And I'm sure you also know the story. But always listening to stories again and again from different narrators is always exciting, isn't it? So long ago, in a forest, deep in the jungle, where it was all silent and all you could see were those big trees, sounds of the birds, the crickets, all around. And there was a river flowing, beautiful river. And right next to the river was this big tree which had some berries in it. And who lived there? Monku. Monku was this monkey whose house was that tree. He lived there and he loved the berries. Every day he would eat. It was sweet and sour and super duper tasty. Every day after eating, he would go round the forest hunting for any other fruit which would be better than this. Nah, his tree fruit was the best. One day, there was this crocodile which came to live in that river. He was swimming down the river and coming down. Croco was looking that side and this side and enjoying the sound of the water and swimming down the river. Tup! Something fell on him. He looked up. He didn't make out what it was. He said, okay, fine. And he swam quite a bit and he sat there. He started sleeping with his mouth wide open. Tup! Again it fell. He woke up, looked around, there was nothing. He slowly closed his mouth and he opened again. But this time he was very happy. There was some kind of sweet and sour taste in his mouth. He loved it. He again looked up and there he saw on that tree a lot of berries and one berry had just fallen off. He wanted more. Kept his mouth open and kept looking at the tree. Like the tree will give him some berries. He didn't get any more. He went back. The next day he swam fast and came to that tree and kept looking at the tree as if he's going to get some berries from it. And there he saw Monku. Hey, can you give me some berries? You want berries? They are mine. That's my tree. Why should I share it with you? Well, I really love the taste. Yesterday one fell into my mouth. It was super tasty. Can you give me? Why should I give you? You tell me any good reason why I have to share the berries with you. Well, said Krako, I have no reason, but maybe we can become friends and you share it with friends, isn't it? Friends. Well, sounds like a good idea. Okay, fine. Let's become friends. He threw 4 or 5 berries and Krako was so happy that he caught all of it and ate it and he was super happy. So every day Krako would come down, look at Monku. Monku, I'm here. Hey, you've come. Tell me a story and then I'll give you what you want, said Monku. And every day Krako would tell him a story of what he saw when he swam down or what he saw around. And Monku would drop the berry. Krako would be happy. And this Krako had a wife. And she started noticing that this Krako was happy very happy every day when you swim and come back. What is the reason? I need to know. That's nothing. That's my new friend Monku. He makes me happy. Every day I swim down and I go and say, "Hey Monku, I'm here." And he gives me berries after I tell him stories. That's how it is a beautiful relationship. Oh, Monku shares berries with you. I need to believe that. Yes, that is the fact. Prove it to me, said his wife. Okay. And next day as he went to the tree and he said, "Hey Monku, I'm here." "Ha, what's the story you have to tell me?" Krako said, "Well, there was a crocodile. The crocodile had a friend who was a monkey." "Hey, you are telling our story." Wait, listen. And they were friends. The monkey and crocodile would share a lot of fruits. And the crocodile had a wife. And the wife did not believe that a monkey and a crocodile could be friends. "Huh? What? You have a wife? Your wife can't believe that I'm your friend?" Well, that crocodile's wife has asked that crocodile to prove the friendship. "Huh? Prove the friendship? What should I do? You are my best friend." "Well, my wife, you got it right, Monku. It is my story and your story and my wife's story. She has asked me to get the berries." "Ha, that's all. I give you 4, no, today I'll give you 8. But you have to be very careful. You have to keep it in your mouth and not eat it, which is such a difficult task for you, isn't it?" "Well, yeah, difficult, but I will do it." So he kept all the 8 berries in his mouth without swallowing, without chewing, and swam fast because his mouth was watering, and went to his wife, opened his mouth and asked his wife to taste it. She loved it. And she said, "Can you get me every day?" And she was also happy today. Like, if you're going to be happy, what more do I want? I should get you every day. Monku is a very, very, very sweet person, sweet monkey, and he will give it to me. And that went on for a few days. Every day he would go and get fruits for his wife also. One day in the night, before they went to sleep, his wife, Krako's wife, said, "Your friend Monku, who lives on the tree, who eats such sweet berries. And you say he's a sweet monkey also, a very kind-hearted. Imagine how sweet would that real heart of his be." "Well, I think it will be, because he is really extremely kind-hearted, generous, loving, affectionate friend of mine," said Krako. "Well, if you want me to continue to live with you..." What are you talking? "Oh, my dear, that's not right. You can't speak like this. We both are going to live together forever." "Well, listen to it. If you want me to live with you, you have to get me monkey's heart. Simple." Krako didn't speak a word that night. What would he tell? And next day, he didn't even go to his friend. His wife said, "Go and get it. Otherwise, I'm getting out of the house right now." Krako just stayed silent. But he could not be silent with his own wife in his own house. So next day, he got out and swam as slowly as he ever has done. He reached the tree. "Hey, why didn't you come yesterday? I've been waiting for you." "Huh? Here, take it. I'll give it to you even without telling stories. Take it." And as he finished giving, he said, "Why are you sad?" "I can't see my friend sad. Tell me what's the reason." "Well, I am sad because I don't know if you will..." "What is it? Please tell me." "If you will come to a crocodile's house for a dinner." "What? You are going to take me to your house for dinner? Yippee, I love it. I shall come down right away." And trick! He got down, sat on Krako's back And he started talking and like, what will your wife cook? I love all dishes. I can eat everything, and non-stop he was talking, and Krakow didn't speak a word. When they were in the middle of the river, Krakow said, I am very sorry. Why? Why are you sorry? Krakow couldn't keep the truth from his friend anymore, and he said, well, my wife wanted to eat your heart, and that's why I'm taking you. And I couldn't do this to you. That's why I couldn't come yesterday, but I had to choose between you and my wife, and well, you know whom I chose. And immediately Monku was like, oh, shit. You thought I was such a bad friend? All you had to say was, give me your heart and I would have given you. What? Are you sure? Of course. Then chalo, let's go home. And Krakow had a smile now. He said, no. We have to go back to the tree. Why? Well, my heart, I have kept it on one of the branches. Because I don't carry it all the time. It's too precious for me, isn't it? Oh, makes sense. Precious things are always kept aside and in safety. Come, let's go fast, said Krakow, and he swam back. And as soon as he reached the banks of the river where the tree was, Monku immediately got down and he went up as he had come down. And he just sat there. Krakow looked up and said, come back, let's go home for dinner. Are you thinking I'm such a fool that I'll come back to get killed? Go live happily with your wife, or sadly now that she was not going to get a monkey's heart. You have lost me as your friend. Go now, said Monku. Krakow tried to say, please. Don't even try to say please. I don't want to talk to you. Please never, ever come to this tree again. And I'm never going to talk to you again. Our friendship is done. Krakow just turned back with a very sad face, went back home after losing his friend, and told what had transpired to his wife. His wife really felt bad, but they could not reverse it, even when his wife and he went back and spoke to Monku. And then his wife said, I'm really sorry. Monku said, how can I believe you? Now you might say sorry, but once we become friends, I don't know. I think I can never trust you both again. Krakow and his wife just went back and waited. And after a few months, they kept trying. And at last, Monku's heart melted and he forgave them. And the two crocodiles, the couple and Monku, lived happily as friends. So this is the story where we should never break a trust of a friend, isn't it? For all you know, a friend might be very large-hearted to forgive you, but not all of us are Krakows. We are not as fortunate to have friends who can forgive us. So let us be careful. Yes. Thank you so much for listening. And if you think that you have some other thoughts which you got from this story, or if you think it matched with something that you have gone through with your friends, please do write to me in the comment section below and show me a lot of love. How? Of course, I don't want to tell you. You know what you have to do to show love to the YouTube channel, isn't it? Thank you so much for watching me in the Katha Mandalam channel. Bye-bye and see you next time. Bye from Anagha Prasad.